All right, once again, what we're doing is we're looking at creating what are called targeted adjustments. We look at using the adjustment brush. Going back into Lightroom, we're going to go to the library module. And what we want to do is we want to open up the folder develop, and then open up the folder improvements and select the folder localized corrections. Once we've selected that folder localized corrections, we're going to jump into the develop module. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use the adjustment brush. We're going to come up here and we want to click on this symbol right here. That's our adjustment brush. When I click on it, the menu is going to change. There's my adjustment brush. So the way this works is I paint a masked region over the art. And once I paint that masked region, I can apply a specific adjustment to that masked region. So the first thing I want to do is I want to come down here and look at the brush. So if I had done this, I would put the brush at the top, because this is where you start. You start with the size of the brush, which is the physical nib, and then the feather is the outer edge of the brush, how hard or soft that edge is, and then the flow and the density is, the flow is the amount of ink coming out, the density is the thickness. And if I put my cursor over the screen, you'll see that brush nib, and I can change the size of that brush nib with the left and right square bracket keys. So what I want to do is I want to come down here and I want to turn on show selected mask overlay. I want to see the mask as I am painting it. The first place you click, it will place a pin on the screen, and then to reactivate a mask, you click back into that pin. So now I'm painting down my mask. And I'm just going to paint over the whole background of the sky because I'm going to adjust the sky. Now, use my left and right square bracket keys, make the brush bigger and smaller. If I make a mistake and paint over something I shouldn't, I paint over those rocks, I can come over here and I can take my brush and set it to erase. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to set that to erase, and I'm going to erase the mask away from the rocks because that was a mistake. So I can paint back and forth into that mask until I get it just so. I'm going to set it back to brush A, and I'm going to continue painting. I'm going to continue painting. So here's my mask. If I were doing this for real, I'd zoom in and be a little bit more precise, but I hope that you understand the concept. I don't want to spend all day working on the mask while you watch. So there's my mask. Now I can turn the selected mask overlay on and off. If I want to reactivate the mask, I click on that pin. When I click on the pin, I can continue editing the mask. So now that I'm done making my mask, I turn over the mask overlay. And I can come up here into my panel and make adjustments. So for instance, there's the temperature. I can make that sky much bluer, right? I can increase or decrease the exposure. I can increase and decrease the contrast. Now, idea is that I've targeted a certain region in the photo for adjustments. So this is a way to target certain parts of your image. Last week, we did all of the image. Now we're targeting certain specific areas. Okay? Then when I'm done, I click the done button. We're going to come back and we're going to continue some targeted adjustments in just a second.